Hello, welcome to another V's Cards video. My name is Veronika Cuic and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can decorate your own gratitude jar. Why not start the year or any time in your life with a gratitude practice where you can record your blessings on a daily basis or whenever you're up for it. And then on a sad day, you can always recap what you've been grateful for in the past. Here I've used sticky notes and I've dated each sticky note with some points of gratitude, and it's really filled up. This time I'm actually going to decorate it properly, and I'm going to use a really large pickle jar. You could also use this in your classroom if you're a teacher, or have one in the family home where each member of your family can add to the gratitude jar. A great idea to preserve your positive memories and to inspire you when you're requiring some inspiration. As you can see, I'm using my colour chart as a reference and choosing 7 colours to create the original colours of the rainbow. I did change things up. I dare say there's probably no right or wrong. You could do a number of different colours to replace, and you'll notice that I do change things up a little bit later. I want to use the 7 arches that I have from smallest to largest, so there'll be some larger ones left over. I will have a link to the list of products that I use for this in the description below, including the colours. Ideally, if you keep your scraps of cardstock, then you can use the smaller pieces first before you're going to dive into the larger piece. I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut emboss machine, which means I will need to size up the cardstock first using my paper trimmer, and then that way it'll measure through nicely and fit through as I crank up the machine. So it's a little bit awkward to have the machine facing horizontally as I am cranking it up, but for viewing purposes it does work out better because you're seeing it entered and exiting out of the machine. If you have a medical condition with your wrists, then like arthritis or carpal tunnel, then I definitely don't advise you do it this way. Originally, I wasn't going to have the entire arch, so I was going to chop off the base of the arches so that it does look like a rainbow shape, the upside down U. However, I did like the effect of the arches and the colours of the rainbows, and it was, I think, the perfect size for my large pickle jar. Now, I've aligned the layers right at the bottom there, but I wasn't sure I was very happy with it, so I decided to change it up. I repositioned everything in the centre so that the margins all around were even in thickness. So now I'm showing you an option of how to create a tag for the top, because you're going to tie it around the neck of the jar, and the base of the tag would be adhered behind the rainbow. We are at the halfway mark of this short video tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like it. And I also invite you to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Please say hello, let me know where you're from and how I've inspired you, or share with us how you count your blessings. It's the little things that you do to keep my videos from being hidden away that I'm most grateful for, so thank you. Here are a few ideas of sentiments you can choose for the centre of the arch. I've decided I was going to use one from the Grateful Blessing stamp set and just cut out one of the last words. So this means all I need to do is ink up the sentiment except for the word you. I'm going to heat emboss this sentiment and use white heat embossing powder, and I'm going to do that on basic grey cardstock to really make the rainbows stand out. I use one of the dies from the Something Fancy die set to frame the sentiment and add a little bit of bling. To make the sentiment pop, I use dimensionals, or the edge of the dimensionals, and I've also used Stampin' Seal on the cardstock for the ribbon. I found some gold glitter ribbon in my stash, so I'm going to use that for the rim of the jar. You can use whatever you have at home. And then I'm going to use another thin twine, which will go around the rim and it will attach to the top of the rainbow, which I've punched a hole in instead of using that tag which I showed you earlier. And for a bit of sparkle, I am spritzing on some Wink of Stella. I'm an art teacher at a Christian school, so I decided I was going to add a cross to the top of the lid. But first I'm going to have a glitter background. This die has retired, but in a minute I'll show you some examples of what you could use instead. And I'm excited to share with you that I'm using the new Faith Collection dies as well. I'm layering the two dies together. Because the die cuts are quite fine, I'm going to be using a sponge to sponge up the liquid adhesive and then attach it to the other piece. For a little bit of bling on the cross, I'm going to spray some Wink of Stella. Why not? And finally, adhere it using liquid adhesive onto the top. I have this pack of sticky notes with different colours, so I'll be able to use a colour for each grade level. In case you haven't heard yet, the celebration sales period has begun and ends on the 28th of February. This is where you can choose free product for every eligible purchase. And I've created some suggestions related to this video and the project that we're doing. Now I'm scrolling through the website where you can select the freebies. So here is a list of things that you could select for eligible purchases. Here's what I chose. So crafters, if you're wanting to shop craft, now is a great time to do so. I hope you enjoy viewing this video and have some great ideas up your sleeve now. This brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care and happy crafting.